Welcome back, folks. Good to be back on the airwaves again. And of course, with Wargaming releasing a historical premium, had to jump in on that. And of course, had to bring Corvus in so that he could give you his full 10 cents worth on the plane with it specialized, him having purchased it on day one, having flown some battles in it, having some experience with it. And this time around, because it's one I wanted as well, I have also purchased it. He'll be flying it specialized. I'll be flying it unspecialized. He's flown many battles in it. I've flown 0 battles in it. So we'll give you a little bit of all the perspectives tonight. And where we really want to set up is first, Corvus, let you say hi, and then you tell us a little bit about how you have decided to set up the G6N.
Hey, H0, thanks for having me on. Hey, everyone, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, make sure that you like, of course. We want to give the algorithm everything that it loves so that H0 can keep giving you this content.
Right, and if you're one of the real fans, give me a thumbs down too.
Absolutely, absolutely. No, your comments actually, we read your comments, and
Yeah.
we do respond to your comments,
Yep.
and we tailor our content to your comments because we want to give you what you want to hear. Uh, the stuff we do here is in response to what people tell us. So some of the stuff that I do, when I tell you this stuff, I tell you the stuff for some of the new people. This is I buy it so you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And some of these guys are really, I buy it so you don't have to, because some of these premiums, hey, you know what, they're not worth the money, or the planes aren't great, or both.
Right.
And sometimes I have a kind of a mixed response, and of course it's always my opinion. And sometimes H0 and I have differing opinions on planes, right? And that's perfectly fine, because you know what, Wargaming can't please every single customer.
Well, we all have different expectations, so that's what it boils down to. Yeah,
it's absolutely true. So I go out and buy the certificates, cert out the plane, take tokens, specialize it, throw gold consumables at it, give it the camo that gives all the special, any of the vision and anti-aircraft bonuses that it gets, the seasonal camo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do the best possible job the plane can have just right off the bat.
Yep.
Because as a 60% win rate player, I need all the help I can get. I am not talented like H0.
I am only a 60% win rate as well. Now imagine in tanks that would make us incredibly good, but here in the wacky world of Warplanes,
right,
that makes us average pilots.
Right. And frankly, I feel like when I'm out playing that you outclass me. But I think it's because you actually think when you're out there playing, and I'm just out there goofing around. And for some reason the chips fall, and for whatever reason it's like I'm Mr. Magoo out there, right? The planes just fly past me, and everything seems to work out just fine.
It's a multitasking issue, not a pilot issue at the end of the day.
I think you're correct. And so what happens with this particular airplane is, at the end of the day, it's a BF-109.
Right.
It's a BF-109, and if you run down the tech tree, the BF-109 tech tree, it is at its base a BF-109G. If you liked the BF-109G tech tree, you're going to like this plane. It's the BF-109G, but better. In the guns area, it's a little less so in its airframe handling. And we'll get into that.
Right. Yep.
So
I'm showing people now the stock without any equipment or pilot, just kind of the stock statistics on it. Those are hard to come by, actually, even on the Warplanes website. So just so you got it, take a screenshot. You got a handle on it, right? So.
Yeah. Right. And so the way I outfitted it in the beginning, I had an inkling of how I wanted to run this plane.
Right.
In general, I run my BF-109s as either speed build or mixed build.
Right.
In this particular case, because it has the gun pods, it's a little less turny than its counterparts.
Yes.
So I figured, you know what? I'm going to give it a full turn build
Right on.
because it's speedy enough, and I wanted it to be able to. Frankly, I wanted it to be able to outturn the J6K1
Right.
because I knew it was going to be able to outturn the 109 K6.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the two planes that are going to challenge you.
Right.
You are going to want to challenge those planes.
Absolutely.
So therefore, those are the two planes that you want to be able to beat.
Well, and they're going to challenge you whether you want to be challenged or not. So you need to be prepared to meet that threat.
That's right. You can throw up your hands and try to run away, or you can build your plane to meet the challenge. And in this particular case, I decided to, instead of do my normal build, do a turn build, and then outfit my pilot. And I realize it's a premium plane, and so that you run your pilots through it. Well, yes and no. Sometimes I take a particular plane and I have a particular pilot for it because I want to run it in a particular configuration. And in this particular plane, I want to run it with aerobatics expert and aerodynamics expert simultaneously.
Yeah, same.
So that I can take advantage of the equipment and aerobatics expert to give it just that little bit extra turn.
Mm-hmm.
I also run a turn consumable so that I can eke that little bit extra out, especially if I need to, let's say, have a hassle with a Spitfire.
Yep.
And be able to do the yaw thing that BF-109 things do so well. So rudder turns.
Right.
And so that's why I built it the way I built it. And that's the way I first flew it. And it worked out okay. I also did the thing that Noble Q decided not to do. I went with gas-operated action on the guns. And this afternoon, I decided to do what Noble Q wanted to do and went with long gun barrels.
Okay.
I've decided that gas-operated action works better for me.
Right.
Now, for him, long gun barrels work better.
Right.
And you know what? The EU server is different than the North American server.
That is accurate. Yes.
And I don't doubt that for him, long gun barrels works better. I have no doubt about that, and I'm not going to argue with his choice. For me and for a turnier build, I need more lead in the sky, and because I'm a crappy aimer, I'm not going to. Nobody's ever going to disabuse me of the notion that I'm somehow a marksman out there in the sky. I need to just throw a lot of lead out there, otherwise I'm not going to get any kills.
Okay.
So
gun sight then with the gas operated action, I assume.
Yes. And I try to use experimental gear, just to give me that little extra little bit. And I steal it off other planes. It's not like I got a big stock of this stuff lying around. I steal it off other planes.
Right.
I have tokens to spare because I earn tokens like, nobody's business. And so I got a boatload of them hanging around. I got something like 5,000 of them or something like that sitting around. So whatever.
That's a few more than I have.
I never used to spend them. I actually, I'm going to admit something here. I didn't know you could buy premium time with them.
Right.
And so I just built them up. In fact, I didn't really know what you could do with them. And I had a pile of them from 1.0.
Right.
Because you could earn them like candy in 1.0 just from flying around. So yeah.
Right on.
So in any case, so that's my setup. Oh, I was gonna say, why don't we fly and I'll finish up my experimenting, because I did do a little experimenting this afternoon.
Okay.
With speed build. So I did want to revisit speed build with this thing because there are two other pilots. There are two German pilots that you can use with this plane that might work out. Albrecht Schneider, which is the ME410 pilot, he has a boost perk, and Emma Vogel has a dive acceleration perk.
Right.
I did not find their perks to be very helpful in running this plane. And using a speed build and either one of those pilots after running it with a turn build didn't seem entirely helpful. Plus, I was bottom tier both of the games that I tried that. And unfortunately, I tried long gun barrels at the same time. So unfortunately, I played too much with the soup, and it came out to taste bad both battles.
Right.
And so what I should have done is, like a good scientist, only change one variable per experiment. And
yeah.
I was a bad scientist, and I changed a bunch of variables. And even though I'm experienced playing BF 109s and playing them with speed builds, I didn't like it. I was fighting the plane. I was fighting the pilot. Bottom tier. It was just I wasn't having much fun with it, and I was having fun with the turn build and the gas operated action. So I would prefer not to. I would prefer not to run it with the setups that I was running this afternoon. So I went back to the turn build.
Right.
I just felt better that way.
Yep. Yes, indeed. We have an interesting match. We're down tiered. We have Specialized B29 on our side. They have Specialized B29, Specialized F82 on theirs, plus a 1086. So we are obviously, in a hole already, because we don't have three tier 8, pilots, planes.
I would suggest that the only mitigation to that is that we are on a 5 garrison map.
Right.
And that is disadvantageous to bombers. Slightly. In that they can't just steamroll you. They can't just steamroll you by one passing.
Right. Yep. Absolutely true. I'm getting my first look and feel of the guns. I'm a 109G enjoyer, the tech tree version. I have mine specialized, one of the few tech tree aircraft I have specialized, so I'm appreciating the extra firepower, as you can imagine.
Yeah, the extra 20s are very nice. I really like the extra 20s, especially the range that they give. They reach out, well out. Whereas the 13s are just stupid. They only go to about 500 meters, and it's just crappy.
Yep.
And I hate the fact that they only go to 500 meters. The 20s, they go out well over 800 meters.
Sure, they're your standard 20s.
We're not in as bad a hole as I thought we'd be.
Give it time.
Interesting.
We'll see. We'll see how that. It may be too early. Give it a second.
Right. Give it a second, he says. That's my big complaint about the G. Is that the central cannon, the 30 millimeter cannon, is
right.
Stupid short range, right? And it hits really well if you get within its range.
Right.
But if you don't get within its range, those weak cowl-mounted cannons are like, oh, seriously?
So I think I'm used to that, having played it a good bit. So that's one of the interesting things to me is trying to figure out how to get the multiple range bands to work when I'm used to relying on that 30, getting in and being a knife fighter with at close range. So. And just so you know, I died to the F-82, came zooming in. I tried to avoid him, but unfortunately, as you know, all those 50 cals definitely put in a lot of work over a wide area with their large auto aim bonus, and
Yes.
that was that.
No, I'm with you. And I made the mistake of coming after. Oh, I see you over there.
I'm trying to duck and dodge. I had 2 other planes here with me, but they have quickly evaporated.
All right.
So I'm on the defensive.
I'm on my way. I'm gonna give that meteor a pass so that it's. All right. What do we got here? Oh, we got. Yeah, Alan Zero he's a good player, but he's in a bad plane for this particular fight. Because the Zowie.
Yeah, close.
Because the pig nose is it's slow.
There you go. I told you it wouldn't take long. I didn't know you were over here. I would have gone to the center had I known. Try to get a couple of zones at once instead of none of them.
I was trying to help you.
Ah, got it.
Because I saw you were all alone.
You came to my rescue.
I was hoping.
I don't. I'm wondering if it's from a strategic point of view, if one of us should have been running cover with our B-29, but probably not. I think he's probably fine on his own. We're just going to keep capping as much as we can. Unfortunately, as everybody who's played any warplanes knows, if superiority is had even for just a brief moment, that's usually the game. It ticks so fast.
Right. I've got the F-82E is got me in his crosshairs.
Yeah.
So he wants to play, and I really have no.
The enemy B-29 is gun shipping because, of course, that is
why not,
a
right?
thing. Yep.
All right, I got rid of him, but now I have to play with a P-80.
Yeah, that was fun. I already kind of entangled with him earlier, the bot. So.
The problem is they're getting me in between zones, and I can't seem to avoid.
Yeah, I mean the B-29 gun shipping definitely cost me 60 seconds of having to maneuver away, and that's one of the reasons they're overpowered is they can do that to you and suffer 0 consequences, right? They can,
so that's always the difficulty with wargaming giving us these tier 7 premiums,
right?
Is that we get to live in the tier 8 sphere with these things.
Yep.
And you know what? Guess what? You get to live in tier 8, and this particular tier 7 does not have a gimmick, right?
Yep.
There's no gimmick in this. It's not
There's
like
no extra gear slots, no overpowered weapons. Yeah, it's just a regular tier 7. In some ways, especially as someone who's coming from the tech tree version that I love so much, there's some ways in which this plane is weaker than its tech tree counterpart.
Right.
It gives up some advantages in the meta that are helpful in return for advantages that are not as helpful. So.
Right. And of course, I'm over here all alone, and the flak is just absolutely killing me.
Yep. Tier 8 match, of course, for those of you who don't know, means that there are Tier 8 anti-aircraft guns Wargaming makes no adjustment or allowance for lower tier aircraft in those cases. And so what ends up happening is you cannot take a lower tier aircraft into a zone alone and not expect to get chewed up by the AA guns, unfortunately. Just one of those things.
Right.
There you go. Put up a decent effort, as it was. So, having played that one, we got to see it down tier, which brings up, and we've already kind of started this discussion a little bit. You know, let's talk about the G6's place in the meta.
So, if this had been, let's say, this particular plane would have been released, let's call it 2 years ago, before the BF-109 K6, all of us would have been jumping up and down because this thing would have been, oh my gosh, this is a wonderful addition to Tier 7 because it is more powerful than the Gustav, even though it's a little less turny, guns wise, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's a little more flexible because it's got the little better guns. It can stand up to Tier 8s. It can stand up to Tier 8s a little bit better.
Right.
I was able to knock down the F-82 and the Pig Nose. I knocked both of those guys down. So so it's possible, right?
Right.
To fight those guys. And a bot P80. I mean, that's actually not hard to do. It's a bot. So let's not.
Just takes a little bit of time. Yeah. Yep.
Let's not pat myself on the back with that. They don't know how to play. So everybody would have been going, yeah, oh boy, this is awesome, right?
Right.
But the K6 came out.
Right.
And all of a sudden we have a meta changing airplane that has heavy firepower in a light fighter airframe that has essentially light fighter. I'm gonna waffle a little bit. A multi-role turning capability.
Right.
That you can buff a little bit with gear and pilot skills. And you can make it turny-ish, sort of. But
not
it's
really.
not really.
Not really.
It's that's why I kind of hemmed and hawed a little bit there.
Yeah.
But it's still fast. It still has altitude, and it's got guns for days. And it can play at Tier 8 and can be scary at Tier 8. Okay, cool. Then Persia Studios says, well, K6, well, hold my beer, and comes out with the J6K1 with its 20 millimeters.
6 of them.
Oh, 6 of them. And, oh, by the way, 250 cals.
Right.
Which, when Nova and I went out and played the double, yeah, it was stupid squared. Not as stupid squared as the SM-91 stupid squared, where we made it with Akira and made him into Japanese, made the Italian heavy fighter into Japanese, and gave it USSR long gun barrels, and
Right.
No, that was that. If you haven't seen that particular video, go watch it. It's just dumb. It's just dumb what you can do to that plane. Okay, but the Jinpu, okay, is dumb at Tier 7.
Right.
And you can, in pretty much two heat cycles, knock down a B-29 if you can avoid the guns.
Right.
Of course, that's an if, right? That it's an if that's real because it's a Japanese plane and it catches on fire if you look at it funny.
Right.
So still, it's a Tier 7 plane that can knock down B-29.
Right.
And so now here we are looking at the BF-109 G6N. And it's unfortunately now here, and people are going to go, yeah, cool, for 54 U.S. greenbacks.
Right.
And you're going to go, 54 U.S. greenbacks. Why again? When I just paid that much for the J6K1,
Yep.
and J6K1 can go out and pretty much spray Japanese lead all over the sky, and everything falls down, and I win. Yay! Right?
Yep. It's the classic problem of, when you release a balanced premium after releasing several unbalanced premiums, it feels like a letdown rather than something exciting.
Right. Now, I think that this plane is a half step away from something more interesting. And I have some suggestions to make to Persia about this that I'm going to, for now, keep to myself. And we'll see what because in the past they've taken some of my suggestions and seemingly considered them on some planes, and in respect to, hey, you should tone this down a little bit, because if you don't, this plane will be outrageously dumb. And in the case, in a couple of cases, this isn't going to work because of this other thing, right? I'm not going to be specific because there were some. I just don't want to. I don't want to say too much about it.
I wish they listened to me.
Some of the stuff that has been talked about has come from you. So let's put it like that. So some of the things that people say,
right,
do get passed along.
Good.
So
that's good to know. That's reassuring in some ways.
The community is being listened to, and so it's not. It sometimes seems like they're deaf to what we're saying, but it's not true. It's not true at all. They are listening. It's just that action takes some amount of time, and I think there's a part of that is a staffing issue, and of course there's still the problem where there is an active war going on in the region.
Right.
So people still have to consider that this particular studio is located in a war zone.
Yep. Definitely something that needs to be kept in mind.
They don't have electricity all day long.
Right.
So, save early, save often.
Yep.
I guess, if I can be a little bit flippant.
Yep.
About it. So, I think there's this plane doesn't touch the meta at all.
No.
In its current turn build, the way I have it, I think that it competes really well with the tech tree planes and some of the current. I was going to say current and former premium planes. Let's say the Spit 16, the RE 2005, the MB5.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So some of those, I think it's right in there with those planes. I think it's in that mix.
Yeah, those are planes that are fairly well balanced, I feel like. Yeah.
Right. I think that this plane is a good counterbalance to the J6K1 in that it's got powerful enough guns and can stand off enough that you can actually do something about the J6K1 without being food every single time.
Okay.
While I was out testing this afternoon.
Well, and hopefully, maybe in the second battle, fingers crossed, we'll get to see one, because then that would be a good, putting it on film. Yeah.
It would be, because I was able to do something about a J6K1. Now, I'd never seen that particular pilot before.
Right.
So I don't know their particular skill level.
Right.
I would be afraid if I saw someone like, let's say, Nova in a J6K1, me flying around in this guy, because he can maximize an airframe the way some reason I just can't. And so I'd really have to think about what I was doing. I'd really have to maximize my speed and altitude use in this plane.
Right.
Because that is really the downfall of the J6K1. And when it comes to fighting the 109K6, you have to outrange it and outspeed it, because that's the only way you're gonna make any hay. Absolutely, do not do head on, or else you're gonna get.
You have to keep, and to dodge it, you have to keep high energy state, which is not, doesn't come naturally to a lot of people. So
you're exactly right.
Yeah. So, well, let's dive into battle number 2 and see what we get. And while we're counting into that, let's talk about the fact that it's roughly $54. 100 certificates is $24. So if you can do some grinding, I feel like that brings it into a very reasonable price range. The question is if people can do the grinding or not.
I think that okay, so there's only 3 weeks, and this is a little bit of a problem. I think the grind is
intense.
It can be a little bit intense for a 3-week shot, and I would think that Wargaming should probably extend this guy out a little bit. That would be my suggestion. I'm almost positive it's to encourage folks to buy certs.
Sure. Yeah. And I think they're looking for that $24 point. That's really what they want. They want people to invest a little bit in it, to get a little bit of a discount on a tier 7 by playing, but also still get a little bit of money out of it, because they have to pay the bills, keep the lights on. So for the time period that they're allowed to keep the lights on, since it's all being rationed.
Right.
Yeah.
And I would.
Hey, here we go.
It's a $24 plane all day long.
Right.
Absolutely, I would buy this plane for $24 up one side and down the other. There's no issue whatsoever.
Yeah, with the historical background and the fact that it's balanced, that seems very fair.
54, even with the crates that came with it, no.
Need to sweeten the deal a little bit at 54, I think.
A little bit, I think.
I'm going to go right, by the way.
Okay.
And we'll let the F-82, I don't know which way he's headed. It looks like he may be with you. Or is he with me? Yeah, he's with you, I think. Hopefully he's not going mid. That would be a bad idea. Don't go to the middle in your multi-rolls, folks. No, he's not. He's with you, I think.
Although he can turn on those guys.
Sure. And we do have, a G6 and a K6 and a Mustang on the other team, which gives me a chance to talk about where I think this plane will struggle, and that is that the Mustang is a very popular pick. It's a very popular premium. And one of the things that this plane gives up for its firepower is the ability of course, a bot would ram me, that the Tech Tree G has to outturn a Mustang. I don't know if anybody knows that or not, but fun fact, the stock Tech Tree plane can outturn a Mustang. So.
Right. And my speed builds could outclimb a Mustang.
Right.
Even with a lease.
Yep.
So that's pretty good, being able to outturn.
Yes. And you lose that advantage here. And really, some maneuverability, they're kind of side by side. So it's a toss-up. You know, there depends on the pilot probably and the build as to who does better. But it's just worth noting, right, that I would take on Mustangs all day, every day in my G, but I will not do that in the G6.
I think I agree with you.
Unfortunately, I just got whacked by the K6, case in point.
And how did that happen?
Well, I believe, yeah, you get a specialized K6. I don't know about him, but when I get mine specialized, I will build it for turns, not for speed, since the speed is going to come from your dive, your verticality. So there's a good chance that he's even with my unspecialized G6 in terms of the ability to maneuver.
I see.
And I was able to avoid him on first pass, but he kicked in the pneumatics, and you know, second pass, that was it. So.
Got it.
Unfortunately, or fortunately, that means he was restricted to guarding the command center as opposed to doing anything else. So we might get a second pass on this. Of course, if we can keep the mining plant alive, and that's actually what I think I'm going to do, is try and keep the mining plant alive.
Okay, so I was thinking about going and guarding that, but instead I'm going to go around the edge and go to the command center and see if I can't take that.
That sounds good, because he's not there anymore.
And because I have a turn build, I think I can turn on him anyway, as long as I don't get zapped by those 30s. Yeah.
That's the question mark, right?
It is the question mark.
Unfortunately, I was waiting on this B-17 to get into the zone so I could finish him, and he just clocked my pilot. So.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. All right, he's down.
Of course he did.
He specialized G6 is below me. I'm going to leave him there and head back to grab. I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. Ran into a barrage balloon.
No.
That's always helpful. Don't run into a barrage balloon. That's
nope, definitely not.
It's never helpful.
See?
Stupid.
This is why we record from my point of view.
See, that's never. I was going to say never drink and fly, except I wasn't drinking.
Right. All right, we're going to make a diving pass on this G6.
Oh, ruddery.
Let's see if my J4M can do some damage here. Always use your bot pilots, folks. Create 2-for-1s. They may not be super good, but they can distract people.
Uh-oh, I'm in a turn circle with this guy at the airbase.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, how did he set me on fire?
Oh, well, how did I get one passed by a G6? I wonder if we clipped wings as we went by. That was unfortunate.
They had me scissored. The P-51D kit helped out.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, hopefully we can get our bot bombers over to retake the mining plant, since I just completely fumbled that.
Oops. I don't know what I did something completely wrong there. Oh well. That's my bad.
I did too. I did not anticipate getting clocked quite like that. But I was a little low on HP from taking on the B-17s, so the B-17 and the other bomber, whatever it was. We are ahead, which is fine. They'll probably catch back up a little bit.
Oh, that's what I did wrong. I knew that's what I did wrong. I did not use my pneumatic control assist.
Got a guy here that we can put in a pincer. The K6 is in the zone.
Ah! He got me. Damn it.
Yep. I was too late in the warning of you.
Yep. And I was starting to turn just as you. I saw the carrot.
Squall in 20. All right, so I can put him out for good, I think, here. I've got altitude.
Okay.
Maybe run away and get him to drag on you. Yeah, he's trying to climb up.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gone. Yep. All right, he's out. That's good.
All right.
Now we just start nipping away at some of these planes. We really need our bots to retake the mining plant, though. Come on.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
They're really not doing anything over there.
Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
What do you got going on?
Some kind of bot on me. Oh, yeah. F4U, of course, out-turning me, as you do when you're a bot pilot. Engine is gone. All right, you got him.
All right.
Good. Yeah, we need to get that. We got a minute 22 before that rolls over. I think we've got a couple of guys working on it, bots working on it at least.
All right.
They're down a couple of planes.
I'm gonna get healed up.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna clear the J4. And then we need to probably cap a zone if we can. Yeah.
Come on, guys. Do something over there.
Almost.
Oh my gosh. Oh, come on! Sorry. I got ticked off because our B-17 got blasted by guns. And I don't know why our...
I don't think it's going to matter at this point, but that's gonna do it for us, thankfully. There you go. There's a good back and forth with a K and a G and a Mustang. Also, all the things we were just talking about. So, what a great second battle. So,
right. It was a good battle. Other than running into a barrage balloon.
We both made some mistakes there for sure, but this is why we are not top echelon pilots, and why we do this for folks, so average Joes can see it.
I think the old postal monkey saying was mistakes were made.
Sure, you put it in the passive voice, and that way you can avoid responsibility. So Timmer did a great job. He captured 6 sectors with the Bearcat. So that's fantastic.
Nice.
So yeah, we definitely was good there. So we had 9 total. They had 7 total. So, and as I've told people before, when you look at the number of sectors players have captured, generally the players who have captured more sectors, that team wins. And that was true in the first battle, and it's true in this one as well. So, yep.
Right. Yeah, and so as it turns out, I only who didn't turn on the pilot accelerate crew training?
That would be you, because I did it as the video was starting, as viewers can attest to.
Oh man, and now I'm sitting on.
Too bad tokens can't be used to change out free XP, right?
Oh crap!
Yeah.
I'm sitting on like 85,000.
Yeah.
What a dipstick.
It's all good.
Whatever.
It's all good.
It's only gold. Whatever.
It's only gold. It's all good.
It's only gold. I got a pile of that stuff too. What do I got? I've got 150,000 gold. So whatever.
There you go. So I will say my final words on this. A couple of things that we haven't talked about yet. One, I am appreciative that even though the camo they give you with it, the actual night plane camo is just a simple 5% bonus, We do actually have new paint schemes that, as far as I know, are not on any of the other Gs in the game. These are all original seasonal paint schemes, and I really appreciate that. These are nice looking historic camos. They gave you a historic sticker with it as well, emblem, which I believe is the Wild Boars, Wild Sow, which was a Night Fighter unit, very famous one. So I appreciate that.
Right. Yes.
You know, there is some difficulty, some struggles with where Purge is at. Little touches like that. You know, I as a pilot who appreciate the history of the game, really enjoy that, and so the fact that I have access to those is excellent. And I do appreciate a balanced plane. I really do. It's a shame that it has to fight, uphill at times. But part of that's the nature of warplanes as it stands right now. And I do think, this is again a little bit of a kit bash model, a little bit of the G, the K. And the gun pods actually look a lot like the Sakine, so they might have been stolen from there.
Right.
But that's okay. It's okay for us to have kit bashed models, on these planes if that makes it easier to kind of keep the game running, and especially because that loops us back into, again, historic aircraft that we really enjoy and appreciate. So that'd be my final word. For me, I had 120 certificates sitting around. I had planned to use them on Lancaster. In the infinite wisdom of the operation orders, I was not allowed to do that. I never got an operation order for the Lancaster. One of those things that I think needs to change, because I literally just couldn't buy the plane and was more than happy to do so. But because of that, for $24, I was able to pick this up. And of course, you get everything else with that, marathon as well, all the added benefits. And I'm showing people right now on my screen, some of those things that are in there. You get some gear, you get some crates. And I will say my only complaint maybe in this right now, my big one, is mission 29 on the marathon. Destroy 4 aerial targets with a gunner in a single battle. This was something that they asked for feedback on last year, and we told them absolutely never do that, and here it is again. So I hate to see that. That's the one of these 29 missions where you can't play the game to win. You have to play the game to do the mission. And that penalizes your teammates, right? And it penalizes the other team. So, but other than that, we're in good shape with this. If you want the full stats, folks, you need to go to GameModels3D.com, a good secondary site, primarily because they have not uploaded the stats for this plane to the website yet. So you can't compare it to other planes. You can't see it on the World of Warplanes website, so you have to resort to third party. But overall, I'm pleased with this offering, obviously, especially being willing to pick it up and spend some money on it. What's your final word on the subject here, Corvus?
Well, like I wrote in my short, old school text guy, it's a good plane. It's probably not worth $54 to buy.
Right.
Unless you're a collector and you want to have this historical model. I I have a feeling, and I'm just saying this because I have this little tickle, that this particular plane will probably be on sale sometime in the not too distant future, and I think maybe it might get some tweaks between now and Christmas.
Right.
I'm just saying that because the test period was not very long. My understanding, the test period was just a couple of weeks, and a couple of the testers really didn't have a chance to give much feedback on it.
Right.
And so they wanted to get this guy out because they're really kind of looking more to test the Panther, which is the next one up.
Right. The preliminary stats on it look intriguing as well. I don't know if that's going to be a late fall marathon or the Christmas aircraft, but it certainly looks intriguing, and I'm glad we're adding that to the game as well. So.
And as Nova's ticked off that there's not going to be any Grumman line, because they keep I know he's wound up about the fact that there's not going to be a Grumman line, but they keep adding Grumman planes to the game, so therefore there will be a Grumman line, just not an official one. So sure. Nova, calm yourself, sir. And a little bird has told me that the plane's actually pretty nice, and people have seen it in game being tested.
Yeah.
So I've heard some talk
Sure.
that it actually flies pretty nicely, and the weapons are pretty good.
Yep.
So it's
Good.
it might work out as a nice multi-role for tier 9, where the multi-roles that do multi-role stuff are kind of thin on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, but so that's something to look forward to,
Yeah.
and
I think so.
it's a good thing that Persia's looking forward like this, and I commend them on that. But for BF 109 fans, this one's a good one.
Yep.
I like it. I'm gonna play it. It's a lot of fun. It's not overpowered. It still does work at tier 8, people. So hey, um, grind it out, buy a few certs, get those grindy parts over so you can do the stuff that's not so grindy, and see what happens between now and, let's say, Christmas, and
Right.
we'll see if maybe a micro patch or a mini patch might give this guy a little bit of juice.
Well,
So
that would be fine. Hopefully, it doesn't push it into absurd territory.
no,
'Cause it's,
nothing like that. Just a little, you know, goose here,
Sure.
or a nibble there.
Well, yeah, good. I'm always happy that any sort of balancing pass that Persia wants to do on these, I'm always happy. That's probably the number one thing the game needs is just looking under the hood at some of the balance, and pulling stats and making things work. So if they're looking into that, that's a good thing. So. All right, well, Corvus, thank you for joining me tonight. Much appreciated. It's good that you're able to do this and that I'm able to do this. I've been off the air for a while. It's good to be back with all of you pilots. And it sounds like we've got a really exciting fall and winter ahead of us in the game, and can't wait to see what's next.
Thanks for having me, and it's always great to play with you. I look forward to doing it again.
Awesome. Until the next time, pilots, good luck and have fun. We'll see you in the skies.